Hi, Heidi here, and first, again, I need to apologize again for my inconsistent uploading because I need to be careful on how I use the internet for quite a bit last month, and I was planning on doing Camp NaNoWriMo, but I couldn't do that. Still got the emails from it, just couldn't do it. In that case, I have been working on my what's now been titled the Supernatural Superheroes. It's the folder I have for it. I haven't been able to work on Felix's character sheet as much as I would like to because I need to gather the other characters when it comes to the drive, and I've been adding world building. There's a page on the world on what makes it supernatural. I suck at explaining shit. I am so screwed when it comes to pitching my book. But I've updated that with pictures and and once I get more of that down, if you guys would want to see me show more updates on my character sheets and this spirit info, which I'm reluctant to do because it's in big spoiler territory, but it's you don't know when. I've also been working on, if you don't remember what I called my high school fantasy, which I put on the back burner. It was called Rose Kiss. I'm working on that in this book, which I don't know if you can tell, but it's one of those where if you move it the right way, you'll get a different picture. I don't know if it's showing or not. Oh, let me get it. Also, bad lighting. It's now midnight, and if I sound like I'm rambling, we know why. So, I've been working on it in this here, just to get the background info. And before I start up on that again, this has my superhero stuff, let's see if I can move it right here. This one's Felix's, the first page. And then I'm getting the pictures, several of the creatures that are on these sheets here. Well, the back of this is how you can tell a big person. Into this notebook, that way I can just flip to the page and then start working. Where is it? Here's another thing I'm working on, which I'm calling my low fantasy romance, because when I say it's romance with with very low fantasy. The main thing is romance, so I don't know if that's a fantasy romance or is it a romantic fantasy. Yeah, that's just one of the weird questions that keeps me up at night. That really shouldn't be a problem, but it is. As for my 12 Kingdoms, why I am still working on it, that has been put to the back burner because, and there's no easy way to say this, but during the time that I wasn't online, you know how everyone talks about a series Bible or a book Bible? My series Bibles for that series. This was all the background info I needed before I started to write it, because while it is a part of my heritage, I'm in the US and I was trying to focus on my Japanese heritage to write this book, and with a mixture of Chinese influence in it. And I wanted to make sure I got the info right. Things happen, but my Bible that I had for 12 Kingdoms is gone. And I can no longer get the sources that I used for it. Like, my sources that I used, my main sources for the info I put in there, which were months of library books, websites that no longer exist, all that's gone. I mean, this had both the world building, my characters, plots for, like, in the history. I even wrote down the history of this world, down to the beginning, all the way through. I lost it. And because of that loss, and because I was so close to losing my fairy book, which I still have with me, I'm putting both of those two on the back burner. And the reason why I say this is because I was told no matter what my mother's side of the family was, it wasn't even a member of our family, it was some bloody ass bitch of a person who came in, read, it wasn't my full Bible, but it was, a composition notebook that had just key info I wanted to keep track of. Although that could be considered a little packet. And said I was too white to do this info, and all my info was wrong. Hate to say this, and I don't think she will ever see this, but bitch, guess what? I spent time, I spent money to make sure my facts were as accurate as I could be. That way I can move them into what I wanted to create for this world. The bitch couldn't even say a mythical creature right. Bitch didn't even know. Anyone could tell you the different cultures, the different clothing that both Chinese throughout the dynasty and the Japanese dressed throughout the eras, if they ever cared to look. The picture didn't even know the three regalia of Japan. This is how stupid she was. But, well, that spiraled into that to where, a drunk destroyed it. Point blank. Do you know what happens when you mix fire and alcohol? It's not pretty. But my fairy books, while not destroyed, I can't, at this moment in time, I do not have the emotional bandwidth to work on it. If that makes sense. I don't know. The character notebook I was doing for just to prove a point, that was sort of a fun little warm up to the fantasy romance side. So I'm also wanting to do my version of the Greek myths. And no, I'm not just working on Hades and Persephone. Although I will be tackling that soon. When I say the Greek myths, I mean all of them that I can find. I'm going to start with the creation, the Titans, let me read that. The primordial deities, the Titans, the Greek gods, all the histories of the Greek gods. And then, if I'm not completely burned out by that, my plan is to make a sort of sequel series where you got the time of the gods, and then you got modern day afterwards. Like, you have, like, this was the gods' time. Now it's like, what happened after the gods left? They turned into mortals. That's my plan for that, and I'm slowly working on that too. But right now, the 3 books that I'm working on is Rose Kiss, the supernatural superheroes, and what I'm calling my romantic, what I call my soulmate, writings. It's not its actual name, but it deals with soulmates, so. I hope I got all that out of the way, and I'll be recording more tomorrow. Bye.